Hi everyone. Have you been thinking about cleaning your record, specifically your DUI record? Hi, I'm Christina Williams with Just Criminal Law.
And I'm David Mann, legal storytelling specialist. All right, so uh, I think that there's an idea that if you have something on your record, that there's a way to clear it off your record if you let enough time pass. Maybe it'll just fall off your record, or maybe you have to get somebody to do some administrative step. So how does that work exactly, getting things off your record?
Sure, we call that expunging your record. And what you have to take into consideration is how long it's been since your probation ended. With a misdemeanor conviction, we can expunge your record if it's been 5 years since the end of your probation, and with a felony if it's been 10 years since the end of your probation.
Okay, so time has to pass, and then someone can hire you to do that for you. So I think that sometimes one of the things that people really are interested in getting off their record is a DUI, because it's on your record and you feel like, oh, this is like, hanging up maybe I'm getting charged more by the insurance company, or maybe it's hanging up some kind of employment. Is it as easy as just saying, hey, I've got a DUI, and hey, can you just get this expunged for me?
Well, we can get a DUI expunged in the same way we could get any other conviction expunged, but there's something else to keep in mind. If you have a DUI arrest and a DUI conviction, both of them are going to show up on your driving record.
Oh, so there's a difference then between a driving record and a criminal record. I was sort of thinking of it all as one big record, but that's not how it is?
No, we can work with the court system, and there's a mechanism by law to get your criminal record expunged. But the Department of Transportation is a whole different agency, and there is not a mechanism to clear that record, and that record stays with you for life. And so there's no going back once you let a DUI conviction get entered on your driving record.
So that means if it's on my driving record and it can't come off, then it's not going to have. Insurance is going to do what it's going to do no matter what, and anything having to do with my driving record, accumulating violations, that's all going to go no matter what. So if I were to hire you to do an expungement, what does happen, and how does that affect my life having it expunged?
Well, people want their record clean for a variety of reasons. They don't want to worry about disclosing it on an employment application, or maybe an application to get into school or to get a loan, whatever the case may be. That you run across that question on many applications. And so if your criminal record has been expunged, you can honestly say, no, you have not been convicted of a crime. However, if you fill out an application where you're going to need to drive for work, the employer oftentimes is going to be required to run your driving record periodically. So you can tell your employer, yes, I had my criminal record expunged, I don't have a DUI conviction. However, it's still going to show up on my driving record. And that's going to be a roadblock. So that could definitely stand in your way of getting a job.
Okay, and of course, the best way is to not have any of these convictions in the first place. And I know from talking to you before that you may be pulled over for speeding or something, and it turns out you have been drinking and there's alcohol in your breath, but it's maybe not exactly clear whether this should be a DUI or not. And that's where you need a lawyer like yourself to kind of get in the legal system and figure out what the classification really can be or should be, so it doesn't end up being a DUI. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. We can protect your criminal record on the front end before you're ever convicted, and we can protect your driving record as well. When you're accused of a crime and you're arrested for that crime, it doesn't always mean that law enforcement did what they were supposed to do. And so if they did anything incorrectly, we're going to be able to spot that and prevent you from having this problem moving forward. We will include a link in the description. You can call, text, or chat with a member of my team anytime, day or night. Here at Just Criminal Law, we know you only get one shot at justice, so make yours count.